Hi guys, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are going to build a little penthouse. Well, it's of course, as you know me, not going to be quite that little. It will have 6 bedrooms, 3 walk-in closets, a couple of bathrooms, kitchen, very gorgeous living room. And it will basically be my first build here in Spain, because I'm currently visiting my family and this is a whole new setup. So if anything sounds and looks a little bit differently as usual, that's because I'm doing this all on a quite shitty laptop, I would say. So yeah, I couldn't build, these huge 64 by 64 castles, stuff like that, because the small little laptop is kind of overheating very quickly, and then basically all my recordings and what I've been building is gone. So we can't do that. So be prepared that through the holiday season it could be that some of my builds are a little bit smaller or not as detailed, but we will just try our best. And I thought, okay, what's not as detailed? Well, every minimalist build kind of, right? So I wanted to try out some brutalist penthouse kind of thing. Penthouse because I wanted to have huge windows, and the best view is of course kind of like a huge cityscape, with lots of clouds, something like that. So I was like, okay, penthouse it is. So this is built in San Myshuno, which is the city living world, which is, well, obviously a city, but you can place this as any other home as well if you don't have city living. I didn't restrict myself to any packs. And I also wanted to build something a little bit more modern because I haven't done that for quite some time. And also the latest kits and so on were quite modernish. So I had to refrain a little bit from my medieval kind of fantastical builds and go into something that we would all call family home. But this is not very, I would say, personal. I wanted this to be like all of these YouTube videos where people tour 100 million New York City apartments and stuff like that. And while I was watching all of these videos, I was like, they all look very clearly the same. They all have the same color theme. They have very minimally Spartanic kind of interior design, probably to make the space, cater to everyone's taste. And yeah, they're very much the opposite of what I like to build, but I thought this is more of a challenge for me now. So I came up with these 3-story high kind of building on top of this skyscraper here. And I thought, okay, we could try brutalist concrete walls, really high walls, and then have everything kind of just gather on the ground. And since it's like so rough, just the brutalist concrete walls, if this makes any sense what I'm saying, we're gonna counter everything with plants because I love plants, and it's this huge trend nowadays, and I think this at least brings a little bit more life into the interior. So yeah, this is basically me trying to do my best to emulate these $1 million apartments in New York City and whatever, but also have a little bit more flair because I wanted to have lots and lots of green as a high contrast against this brutalist concrete that we see everywhere here. So we have lots and lots of very huge windows that are basically made out of lots of small little windows from the what's this called, Snowy Escape hack. And we have glass ceilings sometimes because I really wanted to have this amazing sunlight falling into the interior, and this also having the shadows of the ornaments between the windows kind of make like cool shadow lines inside, and this is also kind of like a decorational thing, and if this makes any sense. So yeah, we have like lots of very brutalist interior design also on the exterior basically, but basically this was something I really wanted to try out. I really hope that you like it. In the end it will look a little bit more as something that I've seen in some Sims builds marked as the bachelor, high grossing, I don't know, businessman pad or something. But it will have 6 bedrooms, like I said, some walk-in closets. And I did that so I could then later just copy and paste the bedrooms and stuff like that, because they all look the same. Honestly, watch these videos. They all look the same. It's kind of like there must be some sort of contract work where it's like, we don't need any personality, so put in lots of white and gray and black. No other colors are allowed. And yeah, lots of chrome, no wood. It's just very weird. I think it depends, of course, where these large mansions are, but apparently in New York City, that's like, yeah, lots of marble, and it's like, they all look kind of the same, honestly. So yeah, I wanted to have a little bit more character with the greens of the plants, as you can see here. So we have that all around. We have lots and lots of very beautiful balcony kind of terraces here. And I wanted this to be more of a like hangout spots as well. So we have like a little barbecue area, we have a sun tanning bed kind of area, maybe something for like a rooftop lounge kind of area for parties. And yeah, everything is framed with these green, and I just thought it's gonna be nice to have some green on the bottom of the windows when you look out, and then the amazing skyline outside, you know. So yeah, that's something that I really wanted to do. And for the interior, I started, of course, with a huge living room. I wanted to have this almost industrial feel, but I didn't like the industrial feel that I've seen on some builds because they don't look so sophisticated. It kind of look more like an industrial kind of factory revamp. And I wanted to have penthouse brutalist minimalism, so we go with a desert luxe kit, concrete walls and the floors with that. And since lots and lots of the items looked a little bit too industrial, you know, kind of like of makeshift wood pallets and stuff like that, I didn't like that. I wanted to go with as much stone as possible, so I created this living room couch table out of platforms. And it's the same on the back of the long modular couch. I always wanted to try this out with the deluxe kit. I actually wanted to do the Dune Palace. What's it called? The Arakeen Palace. And I actually already did that. That's like a whole thing I still have to do. And it's definitely possible to build something like that. It's like very minimal. And now, of course, in the inside we have lots and lots of plants and greenery, because that's basically the only decorational ornaments I wanted to have. And I think it looks quite cool. You know, it is a vibe, and it's kind of less minimalist, but also makes it kind of like a very dystopian, maybe not dystopian, but maybe utopian, I don't know, sci-fi build, if you know what I mean. Kind of has Brave New World, something like that. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think this is something that I would like to live in, maybe not for long, but it definitely is something that I like more than these gray and white $1 million apartments. I think they look, I don't know what happened there, but they definitely need to have a little bit more personality. They all look the same, honestly. Then I moved over to the kitchen, and kitchen will have, of course, stove, dishwasher, and 2 fridges. So Sims can cook there or have somebody cook for them, in this case maybe. And yeah, has this huge glass front on one side. And I just thought, okay, we're gonna have lots of glass here as well. And we go with like the gray black for the kitchen, you know, because it kind of matches the whole framing from the windows and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of all very self-explanatory. This was mostly while I was doing the interior design, looking at the modern stuff, because I haven't looked at the modern stuff that much. I always was more interested in the quirky mushroom village and castles and stuff like that in the last months, I would say. And yeah, it was kind of fun to go with something that I personally actually enjoy, you know, looking at, you know, like it's something in interior design that's of course always kind of nice to have these high-end modernish, brutalist, minimalist kind of things. And I like this, of course, but I don't know, for building The Sims, it kind of was never so much a thing that I really liked. And this was actually nice to go inside a Sims home and kind of do something you haven't done that much, because you don't know the objects, you don't know these watches that well. So it was actually really, really cool to see what you can do these days with all of the kids and whatnot. We have so much stuff. We have so much stuff. I still find some stuff we still don't have, which is kind of funny. And I think I will do a separate video about this. I will search for some things where I would say, okay, this could be a kit or maybe another stuff pack or something like that, because that's definitely a style we don't have yet, or like a basic thing actually. Again, you can hear Gina in the background doing stuff, because yeah, I took my dog with me to Spain, which was nice. It was the first time that she has flown on a plane, and I was actually really scared that she is too heavyweight for this whole thing. But it all worked fine. She loved it actually, and was really relaxed and sleep through the plane flight, which was cool. And now she is on the bed, and there goes my, yeah, Dankeschön. She just threw down my laptop. I will just keep this into the video because honestly, yeah, I can't leave her outside of the room when I'm recording, because then she will just howl the whole time through. And yeah, she's just so attached to me, so I'm always apologizing. And I know in every video I talk about my dog disrupting the audio, so I'm really sorry. So yeah, the bedrooms, as you can see, is a bed, there's a little lounge area, and then I will just change the pictures that are above the bed, because you don't even, that's another thing I want to put in like my pack suggestion. A basic bitch kind of painting, if that makes sense. There are so many of them that just have like some shapes on it, like some blobs and stuff like that. And I will definitely suggest something like that, like as a picture, because just as a filler for these modern houses, because that's the thing. It's like non-descriptive art that isn't good, but also not bad enough to not place in a house, as a placeholder for art or photos that you might put in at one point, if you know what I mean. Maybe I can insert some pictures here in the video. So yeah, this is the walk-in closet, which connects both of the bedrooms on the other side of the elevator basically. And I used all of the stuff we have now. We have so many stuff we can put in these self-made closets, which is basically doable with the Dream Home Decorators stuff from the, from the pack, which has these modular closets kind of things. And then I basically copied everything over into the other bedroom, and they kind of all look the same, like I said, it's all the same. And basically I just changed the art above the bed sometimes, because I was like, I don't know this painting. What is this painting? I've never used this painting any of my builds. Kind of nice, but kind of also, I don't know. This is basically me trying out the swatches of this new painting. And that's basically it. There is, I think, 3 bathrooms on every level, if I remember correctly. So you will have 2 bedrooms, 1 walk-in closet, and 1 bathroom on every level. Plus, of course, a living room and a kitchen downstairs, so to speak. And yeah, that is basically it. This is my luxurious penthouse apartment. So I really hope that you like my first try on a modern brutalist build. I know this is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I actually really like it. I'm pretty happy how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!